Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to James's movie talk. I decided since I do political videos, after the election, if Bernie gets elected or not, I'm gonna take a break from the politics for a little bit, and not necessarily take a full. I'm never gonna talk about it. I'll talk about certain things like really, really important topics that that will affect us inevitably, either positively or negatively. Other than that, I'm gonna take a break for a little bit from it because it really took a lot of energy out of me. And I want to put my energy towards other things I love, like film. So, anyway, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Universal Studios decided to is originally decided to do a entire reboot of the Mummy, the 1999 version of the Mummy. Um, my second favorite out of the Mummy movie series. The first one is, of course, Boris Karloff's version of the Mummy, which is a 19 um, 20s, 30s, 40s movie monster film. It's one of those eras. Um, all the information of the movie is on Internet Movie Database. .com if you want to check out the information of that, and by far that's my favorite mummy film. But my second one is Brandon Fraser's version. It is a really fun movie to watch. When I was a kid, that movie didn't scare me whatsoever. In fact, I quite enjoyed it. So Russell Crowe is in early. This is from comingsoon.net, by the way. All movie news and all that. So, Russell Crowe is in early talks for Universal's The Mummy reboot. Universal's The Mummy is adding a touch of Oscar gold to its wrappings as Deadline reports that Academy Award winning actor Russell Crowe, Gladiator, A Beautiful Mind, Man of Steel, is in early talks to join the cast of Universal's The Mummy reboot. The trade describes his part as a Jekyll-like role, but whether that means he will literally be playing Dr. Jekyll slash Mr. Hyde, a potential spin-off worthy character, is unknown at this time. Production is currently underway in London. Meanwhile, reports from both Variety and Heat Vision are tweeting that Tom Hardy was close to signing on before the deal fell apart, and that the studio was also looking at Javier Bardem, Eddie Redmayne, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt for the role before settling for Mr. Crowe. With that caliber of actor being approached, it seems likely this part will be a major continuing one in their interconnected monster universe. Okay. Hold on. I want to give my opinion on this. If you're going to reboot The Mummy, which I really don't think is a necessary thing to do, I mean, the original with Boris Karloff is a Universal monster classic. You can't top it. The Mummy 1999 version is also, in a way, a classic too. You can't top it either. But I do have a problem combining the Mummy and possibly Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think if they're going to do a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde-like character for Russell Crowe, this is what I want to see in it. Just my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. Uh, um, oh yeah. There's the character in the original Mummy film with Boris Karloff, who's one of the humans originally, and then gets sucked into this mummy's curse. Benji, like Benji in the 1999 version, and he basically becomes a mummy's slave. Now that could be Russell Crowe's character. He could be like the professor, but also the servant of the mummy, which would be very interesting to see, in my opinion, anyway. Um, so if they want to do like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde character, maybe if they don't actually put Dr. Jekyll slash Mr. Hyde in the movie, which actually they should avoid if they want to make any money at it. But yeah, that would be a interesting thing in my opinion to do that. Tom Cruise stars in the June 9th, 2017 release along with Annabelle Wallis, Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur, Annabelle, Sophia Boutella, Kingsman, The Secret Service, who is playing the monster in the film. Jake Johnson from Jurassic World, and Courtney B. Vance, American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. The storyline is expected to be set in modern day, with Cruise's character to be a special forces soldier. So now he's the protector of Egypt, from what I'm getting from this. That should be interesting. I mean, Tom Cruise surprised me in Rock of Ages. I love that movie. I know it got a lot of harsh criticism, but I love that movie. He was good in Rock of Ages as Stacy Jacks. I think he would be interesting playing that character. The main head of the Egyptian army. That would be interesting to see. The Mummy is directed by Alex Kurtzman, who also produces alongside Chris Morgan Fast and Furious series Wanted, and Sean Daniel, the Mummy trilogy, the Best Man series, John Spadis, Prometheus, wrote the screenplay, and Bobby Cohen executive produces. It's beginning planned as the first film in the Universal Monster Cinematic Universe, with plans for The Wolfman, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, and Van Helsing in all various stages of development. So they're remaking the entire Universal Monster series. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just worried about how the scripts are going to be, or written at that, and the actors chosen to play the roles. Because these movies, the original movies, came out more than 70 years ago. And to be honest, I think there needs to be updates with them, at least with the characters and the storylines and all that. Not that much updates, because you don't want to completely ruin the monster universe of the 30s and 40s. You don't want to do that. You don't want to. Universal doesn't want to ruin its own legacy. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see these movies remade. But I'm just worried about how they'll be written and the actors chosen to be in the movies itself. But a Coen brother executive produced film should be interesting. I mean, Coen brothers are normally good at films. You normally don't understand them, but they're interesting. John Spadis, who wrote Prometheus, is writing the screenplay of this movie, which in my opinion, I think it will be good, because Prometheus was a great prequel to Alien, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not a prequel to Alien." Yeah, it is. You have to wait. You have to watch it to the end of the film, but it's a prequel to Alien. The only thing that worries me, uh, um, is that they have Chris Morgan, the producer of Fast and Furious series and the Wanted series. That's the only thing that worries me about the off-screen staff, because Fast and Furious is predictable as shit. I don't care what the fans think of the movie series. I do not enjoy them. I was a kid when my uncle and I went to Blockbuster in East Stroudsburg, and we rented the Fast and Furious movie. It was a movie that family friends of ours said that we should see. Still to this day, I cannot get into the Fast and Furious films. It's a race car film. I don't see any actual storyline to it. Yeah, that's just my opinion about that. That worries me that Chris Morgan is a part of the producers, because if the remake of the Mummy is any good remotely, what worries me, and I'm being honest, is that they're going to do the same thing with the same thing like the Fast and Furious films. Oh, they're going to try to build on a story, but you already know what's going to happen. In the next film, it's going to be the same things happening, but they're going to say it's something different. Yeah, that he's the only person that worries me, a part of the producers, staff that is on with the movie. But Alex Kurtzman, I have to look up who this person is. Bear with me. I gotta see what movies this guy did. Star Trek, Into Darkness. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, this should be good. I mean, he was a co-director of the Star Trek films, which were great. Um, let's see what Mission Impossible 3, Hawaii Five-O, TV show, but still. Um, Van Helsing, The Legend of Zorro. Okay. You see, okay. So far, I like everyone that's being chosen to be the writing staff and the producing staff, except for the one, Chris Morgan. Other than that, I like everyone else who's a part of the directing and the producing, besides the one guy, and you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, sorry, I rambled on a little bit. The original monster was made famous by on the big screen by Boris Karloff in Karl Freund's 1932 feature. Okay, so 1932, 2210, no, 4210, 52, 20 years, 55, 52, 30 years, 62, 40 years, 72, 50 years, 82, 60 years, 92, 70 years, 02, 80 years, 2012, 90 years, so it's a 90 years, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. So 94 years ago. Yeah, it's about time they remade this movie. Subsequent sequels to the original Mummy saw Tom Tyler, who played Captain Marvel / Shazam in the original 1941 serials, and later Lon Chaney Jr. playing a different mummy than the one Korolev played. Stephen Sommers' more recent The Mummy and The Mummy Returns films set Arnold Vosloo in the title role. Chedley then played the villain in Rob Cohen's The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Crowe will be next be seen on May 20th in Shane Black's comedy noir The Nice Guys opposite Ryan Gosling. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that this should be interesting. I don't really have that much worry about the film except for, I'll say it again, Chris Morgan. Other than that, it looks like it'll be successful. It looks like it will be a great blockbuster for the movie theaters, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the remakes of The Wolfman, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, and Van Helsing. Even though Van Helsing came out in 2004, which was a remake of an older version of Van Helsing. So that'll be the third Van Helsing film. I like the one with Hugh Jackman, but I'm interested in the third version. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested that Universal's remaking the original monster universe that they made in the 1930s and 40s. Yeah. So that's my opinion on this. See you guys.